Now let's begin the story.
I ain't your average cat. I slap box with lions. Ever since the 5th grade, kickball with tires. Made a mini fortune off a ripped off appliance. Money when it's stove back, hit dog with irons. Boogie need to find God. Shit dog, I'm trying. That's why I robbed the Deacon house. Man, quit your lying. I did it.
Brand new!
H-Town's finest, the 16 Shots podcast with Young James Boogie and AR Dub.
I know you're gonna dig this.
All right, so let's start. Hey, this is the 16 Shots podcast with Young James Boogie
You are crazy.
and AR Dub.
I'll tell you what I think.
And we have an exciting episode for you guys today. We are here with the director, the creator, some of the casting crew of SCKY HIGH Films and Grimy Situations. So how y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Great.
Yes.
So I'll go ahead and introduce, the normals here, 16 Shots Podcast. Over here, this young, distinguished young man over here that's in the DJ booth with the black shirt on and the Rockets hat. Very distinguished, very smart, usually shining on us. That is Young James Boogie. He is one part of the Circle G's rapping group, legendary rap group out of H-Town, Texas. He hails from 3rd Ward via not Nigeria. Where you from? Uganda. He is from Uganda / 3rd Ward, Texas, straight from the CUNY homes. Young James Boogie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, a little close to that, but
And of course, you got this handsome, fly fat boy over here, AR Dub from Harry Clark, Texas. You know what I'm talking about? Best neighborhood in the city. You know what I'm saying? So, Miss Nakkeva, I'm going to let you introduce some of your casting crew, or cast, not crew, but cast that you have on the pod with us today.
All right, I'm gonna introduce myself, which is Nakkeva. I'm talking about Nigeria, Nakkeva. Nakkeva Bryant. I'm the writer and director and CEO of SCKY HIGH Film. To my right, we have Carl Anthony. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let everybody else introduce themselves. Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm Carl Anthony. I do whatever is needed from Memphis, Tennessee. That's all I know.
You're not gonna say who you were in the movie?
Oh, yeah, and Grimy Situation, I was the wonderful Agent Harris, where I came to soothe everybody's, pains and, show them love. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, you was them people, bro. Yeah, you was them people, man. You work for the agency. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Stalking people at their house.
Oh, yeah.
You breaking all the rules. I seen you in there, man. You was them peoples, man.
Had to show the love to the people.
Yeah.
I am Courtney Washington. I played Aunt Pauline in the movie Grimy Situation.
Yeah, you was a shady aunt, too.
Oh, I wasn't shady.
Nah, you was shady because you was with the foolishness. You know what I'm talking about? You was with the foolishness.
I just was protective of my niece. And my son somewhat. He just was a bad actor.
All right, and who we got? Who else we got?
Well, now you have me. I'm Dominique Williams, and I played Attorney Barnes. I had to do my thing to get my girl off. Because people want to see her locked up. Oh, want to see her locked up. We can't have that.
For sure.
Now, Ms. Bryant.
We're missing Tabitha Hoof, who is the producer, a part of SCKY HIGH Films. She's the producer, so she could be with us tonight.
Okay.
She sends her love to everybody.
Tell her we say hi.
The numbers and the writer.
Now we're gonna have a series of questions now. Now, Ms. Bryant, my brother here on the screen, young James Boogie, he is a thespian himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he's played in a couple of movies, and hopefully he will give us his actor range voice that he does. He's very talented. He's very talented. So, Boog, you want to start off with the interview? Or you want me to start?
Question. I think my questions are repetitive.
All right, cool. We'll go back and forth. So,
I hold on. I can't hardly understand what he's saying.
I can't either.
Yeah.
Clear?
Y'all, I'm interviewing.
Hold on, man. You got some diamonds in these glasses. How much they paying you over there at Sky High Films?
She the owner.
Look, shit, I can't see nothing. I'm about to put my real glasses on so I can see y'all talking. Hey, I can't see. Man, she got
All right.
such a butt.
So cool. So yeah, let's talk about the movie Grimy Situations. I went to the premiere. It was an excellent film, to be honest with you. It was pretty good. I didn't have any expectations of it when I went there. To be honest with you, I was kind of, judging off some of the Tubi films I saw. So I didn't know. And when I got there, it was a great film to watch. So first thing I want to do is just ask you about that movie, Grimy Situations. What motivated you to write and create that movie? And just what is your process in creating that movie? What was your process?
Well, Grimy Situation was created by default. We had written a movie called
Death Rap.
another movie called Death Rap, and what happened was that we presented it to the distribution company, but they wanted something a little bit more rugged and a little bit more thuggish and street. Me, not being from the street, having a street life, but knowing people that have been in the street, I had to do a lot of researching, had to do a lot of talking to different people just to make that movie come about. So that movie was a default, but it made me, it showed me that I could write in a broader genre. And in writing in that genre, when I write, I have a strategic. Here, take this phone. I have a strategic way of writing. I call on God to help me, but besides researching and everything, and when I pray, He gives me the knowledge and the wisdom to write the things that I write, and then from there, it just started flowing. It just characters started coming. It's hard to explain. Like when you're writing, you're actually there. When I'm writing, I'm actually there. People are. It's as if we're talking to each other. So that's pretty much how that came about. That's my writing process.
Okay, cool. And in that process, how do you go about picking like your soundtrack for your movie, or the sounds you want in the movie, different angles you want shot, how you want that? What is your thought process when you start looking at that, when you want to see your creation put on the screen?
Well, that's when you hire a great DP. You can see the angles, and what you see may not be what the camera can do, if that makes any sense. Everybody, when you're a writer, you vision things in a much broader sense. So it takes a DP to come in that knows, because everybody with a camera, but that has a camera, is not a DP. So they're just they can film, but they're not a person that can sit there and do the angles and stuff like that. So I have to refer to, like, I talk to Carl. Carl gives me some ideas about the angles and stuff. So I can't take the full credit on that. I talk to my crew and I talk to the DP, and that's how we come together and we put like the angles and how we're gonna do this. And as a writer, I put my trust in the DP to make sure that he tells the story the way I've written it.
Okay, cool. Boog, you got a question you want to pop in something? You was gonna say something?
Yeah. So I answered it, but I want to dig a little deeper into it.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like when I feel like watching movies, you can see there's different methodologies of actors, right?
Mhm.
Some actors are character actors, some actors have a wide range, some characters, some actors become the character, some actors are already that character. Like I don't care what movie you put Jason Statham in, he's that same person. You know what I mean? He doesn't do, I don't know, musicals. You know what I'm saying? Uh when you're as you're building this film, what type of actor are you or actress are you looking for to portray the part? Like what are some qualities in the actresses and actors that you use that you look for?
Well, basically, that's a good question because a
Can
lot
I
of
answer
the
that?
times, huh? Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
answer
You
that?
answer that.
Well, we're looking for personality. We need big personality. Sometimes we don't, because we don't like typecasting, because it gets kind of boring, especially we're going to use the actors again. So what we like to do is actually we see someone that's act somewhere in one movie, we're going to actually do something totally different. Because if you just being yourself, it's not acting. It's not acting, and it started to get a little bit boring. So what we'll do is go and look at a bunch of different actors and ask them to read. Most time we ask them to read and ask them what's their interpretation of that, and then we'll find to see what character can actually listen to what you are asking them to do. Um, because some people will have in mind like that actor, that person will be really, really good. They have the look. But we had one cast member, well, one actor was coming from Atlanta. I'm not going to call his name. He had a lot of the chops. He was very, very good, but therefore the arrogance was too overbearing, that he actually started to challenge the director. And Homie don't play that. So we had to get rid of him very, very quickly because we have to maintain on our cast unity and respect. So that's one thing that's really important when we pick our actors.
Mhm. That's unique. That's wonderful and unique at the same time. Um, to walk down that road a little further. Um, as a creator, you guys all creators and all artists, there's sometimes attached to that artistry is some ego and swagger, personality, like you said, and to put a bunch of big personalities in one space, there's an art to that, right? How do you handle when, hey, this personality and that personality, they're gonna be at odds all the time, but they're both great in this role. What is will that eliminate somebody? I'm like, oh man, they can't get along, but they both great actors and they can be professional, but they're gonna have spats. I'm thinking like Dynasty, back in the day when they get those two big names, they knowing they're gonna spat, they know it's gonna reach the headlines in the background, but yet and still these are two great actresses and or actors, and we want to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have had that a little, but we had one, like our first movie, we had a guy who wanted to be everything. And my first thing is get rid of him, kill him off. Because if you allow that one person to damage the whole movie, you have 15 or 20 other people. And we're just so gifted that we have Nakkeva can rewrite a whole scene in a whole movie within 20 minutes. And we had one of those cast members, and like I said, he was challenging Nakkeva, and like I said, I do everything. I'm part of security too. And when he started to challenge her, now he wasn't that good, to be honest. He wasn't that good. However, but he was a key person in the movie. And so I just got on the phone and called some a lookalike. And we were going to kill him off. But it's just like that. If you allow one person to damage your whole product, everything is lost. All the money, all the time, people taking off work, and we can't have that. Not at this point in time. I understand that a lot of people are superstars and they're really, really great. However, your greatness is just not good for good fit for us right now.
Well, I know that when we have our meeting, when we have our cast meetings, that I tell everyone, I know that you all are directors, I know that you all are writers, but when you come to the set, please leave your egos where they are. If there's something in the movie that you don't like, talk to the crew, talk to the DP. No, don't talk to the DP. Talk to Carl, and Carl will talk to myself. And you do run across actors and actresses who feel like because I am a director, because I hold the role as someone that's a writer, that I can come in and control the atmosphere. So that's where you have to have an understanding up front. You have to have that understanding up front to say, hey, this is how it's going to be. If you don't like it, then maybe this is not the project for you.
And we have recast it. We have recast it in the beginning of production because somebody can do what you're doing. A lot of people just need opportunities, but we have had to recast in the beginning of the movies, and so be it.
I want to I'm in a situation where I was in the movie set for a large portion of the movie, and the lead actor is the comedian. He has some fame, but it's almost like they were babysitting the whole time because he was like literally like he was on one, the whole time. But when they said action, he was on point. It was to my super on point. You know what I mean? Like he could be over here literally like, playing doing jumping jacks, and they say action, boom, he writing the character for as long or short as you need him. So I seen how it was handled, how they handled it. And it was, they handled it well. And I just wanted to ask you guys how y'all handle it.
We don't babysit.
No.
We don't babysit. When you come on set, we expect everybody to come on set with a level of professionalism. If you feel like that you are a star, nobody, even though you may have the lead role, to me, everybody is still equally important. Just because you come in and you have the lead role doesn't mean that you're more important than an extra. You shouldn't come in, we shouldn't have to come and babysit you, tell you, oh, you got to learn this part, oh, you have to do this. You should want to make that project that you're in one of the best projects that has your name on it. That's how I look at it. So we won't have to say action, then you jump into character. You should be in character at all times once your feet hit that set.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
And we feel that if we allow one person to disrespect the whole crew, what kind of respect do we have for the whole crew who's taken off work? Because most of us are all career people. Yeah. And we've taken off work on vacation and waste some of that time because we have one diva and we're allowing that to be. That's not the place I want to be. Because if they were there great, why would they be with us? If they so therefore above us.
Right.
Makes sense.
Gotcha. So let's talk about the movie Grimy Situation. It was a great movie. Well, let's further talk about it. Let me start with Courtney before she falls asleep and log off. Because she over there nodding off, and I know how she is. She'll just bounce. So let's start with you, Miss Courtney. Go ahead and tell us about your character. Don't tell the entire movie, but tell us about your character, what your character was, and some of the things you did to prep to get in character for said character.
So again, I played Aunt Pauline. I was the aunt and the mother of the two main characters in the film. How can I tell? Basically, she was the mother figure for both. The young lady didn't have her mother in her life, so she grew up she grew up a certain way because of her circumstances. So I ended up caring for her over her younger years. And she got into a situation and I was just there for her the whole time. I made sure that she was, straight or whatever. I was just there for her. I don't know how to say it without saying the movie, but just know that I was a mother to her, not just her aunt. And then there was my son, who was a hothead, who wanted to do what he wanted to do, and he was the reason that she got into her situation. But being a mom, I still was there for him too. So prepping for this movie, outside of knowing my lines when I get on set, that's one of the things I try to do. Know my lines. One thing I learned by going to classes, even if you don't know your lines verbatim, you know the situation, you know what the end is supposed to be. So even if you miss a step, you can still carry that scene and say what you're supposed to say, even if it's not verbatim. So I tried to make sure I knew exactly where I was on set, what was happening on set, and what needed to be said to make sure that shot was done, and we have to keep redoing it over and over and over and over and over again, because that has happened on some sets before. But prepping for it, I don't know if I really had to prep like that, because sadly enough, I pretty much paid myself, because I have a son. You know what I'm saying? I am an aunt. So I pretty much played myself, maybe not to the situation. I didn't have that situation, but I've always been, I have I have a son, 31. I have a niece that's 30. So they was around the same age. So it was just like talking to them, but not as Courtney, but as Pauline. So I didn't have to really prep too hard.
As an actress, what type of roles do you enjoy playing, and what type of roles do you hate playing?
I have not gotten a role that I hate yet. I will tell you that I don't want to be typecast, but for the most part, people have been casting me as either a mother or a cop. Probably because I got a bald head and they think I look a little rough, so I could play a cop. But I really, really, really want to do an action film. I really do. I want to do like a fighting scene. Not to get off a Grimy Situation, but I do have a movie coming up where I actually play a prostitute. So that's something different for me. I want to do something that I've not done before, so that I can or fine tune my skills and, you know, see my range. You know what I'm saying? And I learn something on set every time I get on the set. I learn something new from somebody. So I'm not one of them actors that's like, oh, I got it all together. I can play any role. I don't need to learn nothing else. I'm on set. I'm looking at people's technique. I'm looking at facial expressions. I'm trying to learn all that I can learn, even behind the scenes. I watch Kiva do what she do. I watch Carl do what they do. I'm trying to learn what the cameraman doing. I'm trying to learn it all while I'm on set, because you never know. You're not gonna always get a role, but you can always get behind the camera or do some PA work, DP work. You can always learn something if you true to the industry. My writing ain't all that yet, but I've also written, so I'm gonna keep on going.
You about to be a hootie patootie in a movie? What, girl? You gonna go? You gonna go do some research off this and that? Boogie take over though.
I'm so sorry, I don't know.
He was in the movie. That's what he meant to say. That's what he was
That's what
trying
I
to
meant,
say.
because he was in the
You was
movie.
in the
This and
movie?
that.
Was in the
Yeah,
movie.
he
Oh, I
was
didn't know
he
you
was
was in business.
yeah
I didn't watch. I started watching. I couldn't get through it, so
he was trying
But
trying
see,
to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
my part is like it's like pivotal, and I did a lot of ad libbing, but before me, the movie crawls.
We being disrespectful to Grimy Situations, talking about this and that though.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying my part though, how I kind of changed the movie. I kind of like
you changed it back.
Yeah, no, real talk.
see,
So
you saw,
you
you
did
see what I'm
y'all
saying?
peep how he did the
You know what I'm
wardrobe change?
saying?
Miss
That's
Bryant
how it
peeped
was.
that. You know what I'm saying? Because he got
Oh
range.
my
My
God.
boy got range now. He'll do a wardrobe change in a minute. You won't even know it.
Well, and let me tell y'all this: being on set with I've been on a couple of sets, right? Being on set with Kiva and Carl and Lamar. Let me tell y'all something. I probably ain't laughed as hard as I laughed at Carl. Carl is an idiot. He is an idiot.
Yep.
He gonna do his job. But if you get distracted by him, you might miss your beat because he is something silly. He is something silly. And Kiva be so into it, she forget to call cut. She be so into the filming, what's going on. We be waiting for it. She gonna call cut because we done ended this scene. Cut, keep cut,
Yeah,
yeah.
y'all have to realize I still I don't know what it is. The script is not finished to me. It's finished, but it's not finished to me until it's in the can. I can see y'all on set. Once I get to actually know the actors and the actresses and I know their range, because you have to remind you, I'm writing. And I don't know who we're casting, but I know who I would like to cast. And therefore we give people chances that would not normally get a chance anywhere else, but we like to give people chances. And then we meet people like Courtney and Dominique who are skillful, and then we see their range. And when I'm on set and I'm looking at them act, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see her doing something else. So I'm still writing, and Carl or Tab has to come and say, cut, but I'm still writing in my head, and I got to do better about that. I do, but it's still, when you see the potential that, especially the ones in Grimy Situation had and Irreversible Desire, you see those actors and actresses and their reach. You can see that character going a little bit further, a little bit further. So I appreciate them for allowing me to take each line a little bit further in the movie to make it better.
Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the next young lady, uh, Miss Dominique, aka the bright skinned bandit. So tell us about your part or your role you played. Tell us about some of the things that you did to get ready for the character, get in the character, and things like that.
I played Attorney Barnes, and I've never been an attorney before. Usually, in the theater, which was where I have most of my work, I've been the comic relief. So this was a little bit different, and I liked that. So I had to go back, and it's like, okay, lawyers. Okay, let me pull out my Claire Huxtable and my Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. I kind of fuse them two together and see what I come up with. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And it kind of worked. And I was like, yay, I like this. I need more of these kind of roles. Push me to be, a little bit better. I like that. So that's how, we got Attorney Barnes.
So I do have a question for you. I might have some inside information because, of course, I'm your husband and Courtney's brother-in-law. But both of you sisters have went on this journey to be actresses. You guys both have done stage plays. You guys both have done movies. Do you guys think that it's a hindrance or a help when sometimes you guys will audition for the same project? I think it's a cool thing because it's two sisters on a journey together. Do you guys think that helps y'all out or that's a hindrance? Especially since y'all kind of look alike.
Oh, hush. I think it's a little bit of both. I think, especially with us both being here in Houston, I think it's a little bit of both. And then again, like you said, we do favor just a smidge. Okay.
A smidge.
Just a smidge we favor. Carl, I see your face. Don't make that face. I see you.
Kevin, what the heck? No, your fingers too far wide. Go in some more.
No. But
a whole lot.
But
I was so sad. I was like,
play all day. Y'all play all day. But I love going through this journey and being able to say, me and my sister, we doing this together. Or like we started writing, we have this project that we're doing. Pretty much, it's about us, and we've pretty much become closer as sisters during this process. So it's been pretty cool. But sometimes they might be like, didn't we just see her? No, you didn't. It was me. You saw Courtney. That was Courtney. I'm Dominique. I'm the little sister. Yeah.
The little big sister. I don't know if it's a hindrance. I love it. I love that we doing it together for sure. But I don't think it's a hindrance. I think sometimes she gonna get a role and I'm not gonna get a role, or vice versa. Sometimes we get the role together. But either way it go, I push her, she push me. I big her up, she big me up. So and that's the good thing, because there's no jealousy, there's no competition, there's no, why you get it and I didn't. It ain't none of that. Because the one thing that I can't do, she could do way better. She can carry voices. This is the only voice I have. I've tried to do other voices. I want to sound different. I thought I was doing something and I can't carry it. She does something that I can't do. So there may be a time when they like, oh, we want her because she got the voice and she could change her voice and she could do this. So and that's cool. And I send her voiceover stuff. I was like, you need to do this because you got you could do it because you got other voices. So I think that and when Kiva cast me for this, and then because originally Kiva, right, this was supposed to be filmed in Atlanta, right? And then it was moved to Dallas. Well, of course, me living in Houston, I was closer to Dallas, so she had to recast a lot of people. So when she was looking for Attorney Barnes, I'm like, hey, I got a sister. So that for me, it's like if I can ever bring her into something and they accept her, on the project, all the better. That's all I could do. Is her sister is like put her in the room. She have to get the job herself. But I always, throw her stuff, hey, here's this, here's that, or whatever. So I don't think it's a hindrance. I actually think it's a help because we help each other.
I was trying to figure out, and then we're gonna get to Mr. Carl. There's a scene where the star of the movie is having a meeting with the judge and her attorney. I was just trying to figure out how she didn't realize that her attorney looked just like her aunt and they probably related. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was gonna be like,
I wore hair.
It don't matter. I thought that was gonna be like a plot twist in the movie, because I'm sitting there like, how they gonna run this one? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we don't look that much alike.
Girl, stop.
Yeah, I told she had to put a wig on because that was too, y'all look too.
They know they look alike because they both have the same exact job now, and people be thinking they each other. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So now we're gonna go to Mr. Carl. Now I was only on set for one day, but I can imagine.
You did an excellent job, though. You did an excellent job.
Appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about? Appreciate you. Yeah, Bug, I was a jailer, bro.
Did y'all see it? Oh, they got for real.
Yeah. I thought it was just gonna be the paper, but they got my hand in there, my shoulders. I'm looking a little yoked up. They ain't got the fat portion of me. They just got my shoulders. I'm looking a little yoked up, Bug. Like, I was one of them jailers. If you would have slipped up, Bug, and you was in jail, I would have came in there and dumped you on your head, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
Why I had to be in jail, man? Why can I?
No, I'm talking about as an actor, not in real life.
Oh, you talking about if I had got the role?
Yeah, if you had got a role to be like a murderer, I would have went in there and been like, hey, what you doing, little dude? And boom, you know what I'm talking about? I know you 200 and everything, but I would be like, boom, you know what I'm talking about?
I would allow that for the role, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you now, Ms. Bryant, your next film, whatever it is, you need to have Mr. Carl and Young James Boogie on set together. Now,
Jesus.
I was only on set. I was only on set one day, and when I rolled up, I didn't know Carl was in the movie. I didn't know if he was security. I didn't know if he was comic relief. Like, he was the muscle. He was the entertainment. I thought y'all was gonna tag team and roll up on the people who own the venue, because they was kind of messing up a little bit. So yeah. So Mr. Carl, I want to talk to you about your role you played, because you was them peoples, you was the feds. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the movie, I was making sure I ain't had no open warrants in Dallas. because I know you was there and I was a little scared, man. But tell us about your role, man, because I actually think you played you played that role pretty great, man.
Yes.
I think you were one of the bright parts in the movie. You played the role pretty well. So just tell us about your process, you know, how you got in character, things like that. And let me know if you still a part of the bureau.
I always be a part of the bureau.
Yeah.
That was
First
the
of all,
line.
man, I really, really appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Man, I actually, when I first got the script and started looking at it as far as acting that role, I actually I do a lot of studying of actors. So I would go look at a lot of people and the way they portrayed police officers, interrogations, and how they would act. I try to look at the postures of FBI person as it versus a regular police officer, and then to get the fuel anger. So I had to see how they get mad and how what would you do if I'm in front of somebody and research how to facial expressions, all kind of stuff. So it could capture the camera, you know. So and I can say I do a whole lot of studying, looking at other actors. I'm going to YouTube and I actually go to a lot of old films because they did a whole lot of slapstick comedy and stuff like that. So they're more animated than like regular, what's called. So in that character, I see that I had to be almost kind of similar to a comic relief, but kind of different, that a little insanity to show my anger. So it's like, how do I be big, but not too big that's distracting, you know? So it took a while to get into the mindset because, you know, like I would have to act and then go back and make sure that make sure the people are doing right in the buildings, or make sure that everybody is okay, or make sure that everybody else got their thirst right and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes it would be kind of difficult. Get back in character.
But you did a great job at it. You was
Oh,
fantastic.
thank you. Thank you.
We didn't like you, and we didn't like your character, so that means you did a job.
He about knocked me over. He charged, like about to fight me in the court. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hey, and I got to say, those two sisters, oh, they were ridiculous. When we did get the old sister come in as attorney, Nakkeva, and I was like, wow, oh my God, this is it. And we sit there, had a conversation. Said, did you see the way her whole posture when she talking? And you're like, this it. So I think a lot of times on the set that I can kind of get lost in the set because I'm so busy looking at a lot of the actors. And I think one scene we did with what's his name? Terrence. And Terrence was so good in the scene, and I almost broke scene. I was like, God, that was so good. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, that was so good because I love the whole artistry of the whole thing. And to see people, I like seeing people do their best and manifesting who they are. And through the theater and the arts, and to see like the growth of Terrence, it was just like, oh my God. So I'm almost like watching a TV show in the midst of it. So that kind of helped me stay in the character sometimes.
But that's what you get when you're working with skilled actors. And then when you bring in other actors that are not as skilled and you guys embrace, that's when you were talking about egos. When you leave your egos at the door and you can work with anybody of all levels, and then if they're not as skillful as you and you can bring them up to par, then that's when you become a family on set. Yeah. And people looked at Grimy Situation and said, oh my gosh, everybody fit their role. Everybody fit their character. It was believable. And that's the one thing in writing, as a writer, that you want when people leave out of the theater to say, it was believable. That person played their part. Like Courtney, great mom. She nailed it. She nailed
I
Dominique.
thought she was gonna hit the old dude one time, hit him for getting small with him. I was like, I'm your mom.
Yeah, because
Dominique.
he tell me about what he did. Don't tell me. I'm your
And
mom.
Dominique, I would have thought that she was an attorney for real. The way she played, the way she owned that role, I would have thought that she was just playing who she was, an attorney. So yeah, wonderful.
Who was the young lady that played the at the beginning of the movie? You have the younger versions of the main actors. Whoever that young lady was, like she was fire. She was awesome. She actually played that part.
She did.
And wasn't that her first time, Kiva?
That was her first. The story behind her was that she always wanted to act. She would be in school, and they would pass her up. They would pass her up on parts, and when she went, she had her. There was a young lady from Houston that was supposed, y'all remember, that was supposed to do the role, and she could not, unfortunately, because of her job, they had messed up. But she had that script for 1 week, and she learned it.
Nah, she did a good job. I was a little sad when the time, when the time jump happened, because I wanted to see a little bit more of her acting. But she was actually, she did pretty good. She was great at that. And
She's
it was
she's gonna be in the next movie we have.
okay, cool. We're gonna get to that too, because it was a great movie. It was a great movie. What's the future for Grimy Situations? Will there be a part 2? Will there be a part 3? What are your plans for Grimy Situations?
To turn it into what they call a movie series. Is another word for it, but a trilogy.
Equal?
Trilogy.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 2. It's going to be a 3. It's going to hold its own and play out for as long as we can play it out.
Look, I would love to be somebody's OG that's misguiding the youth and have them selling drugs when I was supposed to, and then I get shot. Because my goal in life, it used to be to be thug number 1, but unlike my brother on the screen, Young James Boogie, I don't put Beijing in my beard, so it's gray now. So I don't know if I can be thug number 1. I think I gotta be like misguided OG, this misguiding the youth and have them selling dope.
So you want to lead the youth astray?
Yeah, I want to lead the youth astray, and I guess maybe the feds, the bureau can take me out. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. In my act, because I write a little bit. I got something in the tuck, but just to be on screen, I want to be somebody misguided OG that's misguiding the youth. And then I either go to jail. I really want to go out in the blaze of glory. I don't want to go to jail. Huh?
Are you gonna have lines, or do you just want to get killed?
Nah, I want to have some lines. I want to have some lines to the point where they like, man, that nigga grimy. You know what I'm saying? And then either I don't want to go to jail, so I really want the bureau to take me out in a blaze of glory. You know what I'm saying?
We'll kill you.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
Let me say that. Let me say that. If you say one thing wrong to Kiva, I'm killing you off. Oh, you
nah, I don't want you to kill me off because I said something wrong. I just,
And then when you do something right, she said, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna bring you back. You ain't gonna die. You gonna."
No, don't bring me. Well, as long as you bring me back, and I can still misguide the youth in the movie.
Oh, you so wrong.
We're not gonna skip over the Beijing thing. We can't skip over
man. Yeah, man.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying, man. You're just gonna throw that in there, and they're like, you just got to put that extra sauce. Like that was important to the conversation, man.
Well, it is because you got me by a good 7 years, bro.
Not even close, man.
I'm put some sauce on it. You got me by 4.
Maybe.
No, you got me by 4.
At the end of the day, see my pattern. So you think it's for vanity. I'm just waiting for my pattern to come in like I like it. You know what I'm saying?
What pattern?
My gray pattern. My gray pattern. I don't want to have this a blotch of gray over here and over here black, or just I don't want to have to be like I'm a Dalmatian with the spotted. I wanted to be, you know, so let me have my, okay, I got all this and all that. Okay, well, I'll be black in the middle, or you know what I'm saying? Or let me be Pepper.
The man said like a Dalmatian.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say, bud, because you know you say I create narratives, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna say what I want to say. But what I will say is, Miss Nakkeva, you can cast me and Young James Boogie. I think he'll be a good like informant. You know.
Now I'm gonna tell you this: I am good at meeting people and writing. I can meet you and write a whole movie about you. I can look at a person, and I've done it. I can look at a person and I can write a movie about that person.
She done it before. She did it before.
Now I don't want a whole movie because I look now. I remember Dominique and Courtney going to go film, and it was some days and some hours, and you know I get antsy after about 2 hours. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You were gonna jump in there and make a role for yourself.
Yeah, I get antsy. Look, this is how you got to call me to set.
A couple
Call me
hours.
to, yeah, you know, call me to set. You know, I want some red M&Ms only.
Well, wait.
Huh?
Just get the red M&Ms, sir. Who gonna take the time to separate them M&Ms?
That ain't my look. Hey man, that ain't say man. That ain't my.
That's the Devon.
Yeah, he just yeah.
He the Matrix, baby.
Look, now I'll bring my own M&Ms and separate them myself. All right.
Good job.
But you know, have some red M&Ms. I come on set. I misguide the youth, and then the police take me out, and then you know,
you be done.
And then I'm done. And I hop back on the plane and come back home. You know, and then I you know, kiss my wife on the cheek, be like, "Hey, I'll see you later," and then I hop back on the plane and go home.
Any question for the director, Mr. Kiva. In the same vein as Aaron is talking, you know, there are some people who relish
using government names, Jablani.
Oh, wait a minute. Wow. Wow.
My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Man,
Go ahead,
okay.
Bro. My bad. My bad, bro. Go ahead, bro.
As AR Dub.
Appreciate you.
There are some people who relish in their minor role. Like there's a guy who works at the Summit. I'm sorry, the Toyota Center, and he takes tickets and he cherishes that. Like he loves to take tickets. He loves that. You have actors who have a role. They don't want to be a lead. They want to have a solid side role, or they want to be typecast. I just want to be Thug too all the time. I just love being the background thug. When you find those people, I mean, is that a joy to find those people, those type of people? Like, you know, if I have 10 movies, I'm gonna have these ancillary parts that's there in every movie. And these people love being that person to the point where they're like mini stars themselves in the movie. Because like, you know, every movie you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, Dave Chappelle dude, you're gonna get him in every scene, no matter what the scene is, some kind of way, to the point where he's a superstar. Do you have those type?
We do, and we try to steer clear. Me personally, I think that's a double-edged sword to have a person on there that wants to play that same character, because it doesn't. It to me, it doesn't show growth. Yeah, you have that person that you can call on and say, "I'm gonna always be a thug. I'm gonna always be a thug," but to me, it doesn't show growth in the area of being an actor or an actress for them, and then as a writer to keep typecasting them, because in every movie you see the same person. I believe that if you cast people in the same role over and over again in your movies, then your movies, you can have a movie called The Train is Running, and then you have that same person playing that role. Then you have another movie called The Moon is Green, and it's gonna start running into each other. People gonna say, "Is it the same?" Like these songs that are out. All the songs sound alike. I mean, Carl, do you agree with me? How would you? What would you?
I kind of took the question a little different. As far as supporting actor instead of being a lead actor. And in those regards, I believe that it is good, but the type of personality that we have, we like to see people evolve.
Right.
even though if you are the supporter or an extra, we probably would eventually see something in you, and we will at least ask you, hey, you want to consider this? Because we've had people like that been kind of like, I've never been in a position I am now as far as the character, one of the second, not the lead, but right after the lead, always been like a far supporting actor. And I don't mind doing it to make success for the film. I think the 2 films that we did, I was like so busy doing other things. So, I like for myself to see other people kind of come up, even though if you back in the back, you might have something or add a different element that will make the film be broader. Because you're only, I'm not going to say the small parts, but you're only as good as the smallest part there, or kind of, I want to say the weakest person, but the smallest part, because our extras made the movie. Just to be honest, the extras made the movie what it was, what it is now. So if we see them doing that, and we have asked them, hey, we want you to do such and such because where you did that was paramount, and we want to use you somewhere else.
Right.
And
so we have one extra that's going to end up being one of the supporting roles in Grimy Situation too. So if growth, we want to see growth. I mean, that's that's just like a job. You want to see the person that come in the company grow. You don't want to see that same person sitting in that same spot. To me, you're holding a spot for somebody who wants to come in and grow. Yes, we're excited that you want to play that role all the time, but we want to see you grow. We want somebody that wants to grow with us.
And I don't think like people who are really serious about their acting career, they don't want to stay in that position.
Right.
It's cool to start out, because I know when I started out just being an extra. Before I started doing stage plays, my first movie was a short, and all I did was walk in the park. I was an extra. That was not my goal, to just stay as an extra.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep going, so because eventually you want to be a lead, you want to be a supporting. There's nothing wrong with being background and extra, because you start off, you get your experience, you learn how to set work, you learn how to maneuver on camera and things like that. But nobody wants to just stay in that place. Now, there are people who get hired just to do background. Like, there are companies, casting agencies that only cast background. So there is positions out there for people who just want to do background work, just to say I was in the film. But I think people who are truly serious about their acting career, they don't want to stay in just one. I'm background, I'm extra. Nobody wants to stay there. There's nothing wrong with it. And like they say, it makes the film, because it makes scenes look believable. If you at a club and you don't have nothing but 4 people there saying we at a club, it's not really a club. So you need the extras, the bodies, to make it look believable. So we need extra background and all that kind of stuff, but nobody just wants to stay in that.
Like, prime example, Terrence. Terrence is the young man who played Rashawn. Terrence, I met when Tab and I moved to Dallas. We came here for the main goal of filming. When we left Memphis, we said we wanted to come to a city with like-minded people and do something new here, meet new actors and actresses, and have a new start. What we wanted to do, and which we have done. So along the way, our first movie here, we did Irreversible Desire. So we were getting our feet wet, pretty much. We worked with a young man who, once again, is a video. He's more of a videographer than a DP. But once again, that was on me. I was in the, okay, let's try, let's let's try, let's work. Yeah, let's try. Let's work with somebody. Let's see what's this thing. But what it didn't happen the way it did not work out the way I thought it was going to work out, but we did meet great actors and actresses.
True.
We met great. And in that group, we met Terrence. Terrence was the door greeter it was a swingers club. And he opened the door. He said, "Welcome to the house that Paulina, that whatever was built." So from that day, from that one line, he ended up being the lead in this movie. And it was just one movie. It was just last year. And he worked it. He is a dedicated person. He learned his lines. He was on set. When you get people like that don't want to stay in the background, that's the kind of people that we look for. That if you want to move up, and that's just kudos. Like I said, kudos to him. Kudos to all of y'all, because y'all brought it. I'm so excited about Grimy Situation because that was a movie that even with Paul and Tim, that God just showed up and showed out.
Them my guys right there.
They were good.
Prayed and we asked for, we prayed and we asked God to send us certain things, and because of a default, He gave us exactly what we stayed in the race, did not give up. He rewarded us and gave us and rewarded us with this project and the people that we have now. So
you should also add that Terrence also wasn't even casted for that part.
Yes,
so he was totally different. He was cast for something else, and he had to learn that role because we replaced somebody else. He took somebody else's place, and so I had to for him because he learned that new character. So that was good how stuff worked out like that.
Because we were supposed to be in Atlanta and everything just shifted. It's amazing how God works. He is so strategic. He just did it for us, and I'm excited, and I'm excited for what's to come because now we're building our foundation, and yes, we still cast and have casting calls, but if you really look at it, those are from small roles because we can work inside of what we have to give what we need, and I feel blessed to have that ability to write for those who are a part of what we're doing.
And thank God he didn't kill off on Pauline.
Yeah, they should have, because you was taking the money from the bricks that the homie was selling and paying your rent. I know what you was doing. Now hold on, Mr. Keith. I ain't finna let you just gloss over what you said earlier. Now, Terrence is the dude at the premiere that had the Nines shirt on.
Yes.
Okay, he's part of that gang. All right. So in the movie, he was Courtney's son, who was so dope, and Courtney paid the rent with it. Cool. Now, you mentioned that you met him at a swingers club.
I did not meet him. You know what?
I
did not meet him. And see, that's how lies get started. I did not meet him at those swingers club.
Because I was gonna be
wrote
like,
a movie about swingers.
Oh.
And he auditioned. He was
I don't
plumber.
know.
He was the plumber.
Plumber.
Okay, let me tell y'all about this movie.
He was a plumber at a swingers club movie?
I wrote a movie called Irreversible Desires. It was about swingers. Two couple. It was about a couple who asked their friends to become swingers with them. And I wish that we would have had this production on this one, on that one that we had on this one. But we're going to go back and revisit that movie because it was a lot of scenes cut out, and the scenes that were cut out were most of the sex scenes that I wanted in there. Yeah, that part.
So did the couples go to the grocery store and put the upside down pineapples in the basket and walk around?
Oh my God.
Now I want them to use the pineapples to do something else too.
Oh,
but
Gonna
I'm
get
going
the
to excuse myself
NC-17.
at this moment, y'all. I'm going to excuse myself. I enjoyed my evening, but I must go.
Wake up, Courtney.
you know, Young James Boogie is talented, and I think that he will be great in that second part to that Swingers movie.
Oh Lord.
It's gonna be a part two.
He changed his clothes again.
It is.
You
And
know
he
what?
had-
I was saying,
Come on,
I was
man.
about to say that, man. That
I thought it was me.
It ain't just you.
I just went to Bel Air right quick on these boys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
You know what I'm
gosh.
saying? It's the
you
will.
rocking over there. You absolutely rocking.
So we're
You
not gonna hold you too
crazy.
much longer because Courtney will disappear on us, man. And I don't want us to
No,
just.
I am. I'm going to say good night. I enjoyed you guys. I'm going to get off now.
Well, thank you for being on.
Yes,
You know,
thank
thank you for being on. You know,
Pineapples got her. She got scared because she thought we about to
See you later.
she ain't got scared. She probably
Look at
gonna
him.
with the pineapples in her car tomorrow.
No, I love y'all. Good night.
All right.
See you
I was looking
later.
for the camera. Pineapple.
I don't know if Young James Boogie has any more questions. If not, I was gonna ask my little last one or two questions. I don't want to hold y'all too long because I know. See, Carl got a little ambiance over there. He got the little blue light in the background.
It's
You know
just
what
for
I'm saying?
relaxation.
Hey man, hey bro, hey man, you ain't got to explain
It's-
yourself. You
it's-
might
it's
have a
an
little
answer to the game,
situation
man.
going on over there, man. You might have a little situation going on over there. Mr. Kiva might have a little situation because she been sipping for a minute, so she might it might be
Out
going
this
on.
glass.
Yeah,
Not after this glass right
after
here.
this glass, yeah.
This glass.
You seen her, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I
the one
don't
you-
want to. It's Sunday night. I might be the only one got to go to work in the morning, so I don't want to, disrupt y'all Sunday night activities.
I did.
I got one question.
Go ahead, Young
Uh,
James Boogie.
You know what I'm saying? I can't get this glass out of my head now. You know what I'm saying? When you had that glass and you open the door, you're like, what
Good
time
evening.
it is.
Good evening.
You know what time it is.
So Boogie, when you got your hand like this, do you have the robe open or closed?
The robe is like slightly, it's going across. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's finna open.
Do y'all
You know what I'm saying?
do y'all see what I deal with? Do you see?
Got the pectorials hanging out. You know what I'm
A
saying?
little bit.
Got a little bit.
So you in
Probably
better
just
shape
pussy.
than me, so you can have your chest out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm
yeah.
a fat boy fly, so I gotta have it closed,
Yeah.
and
You gotta have,
I have a
you
chain
gotta
on or
have,
something.
you gotta have chest open though. If you gotta have clothes, you gotta have like wide, like V-neck, like 70s.
I ain't in shape like that yet, bro. I ain't that in shape yet.
Not, but see, look, you just this part, not the stomach part, just from like mid sternum up, like Fonzie or somebody, bro.
I got you. I'm gonna try
I
that.
got a
I'm
question.
gonna try that tomorrow, Dominic, with you. All right. Like Boogie said, mid sternum out.
Oh Lord.
Do you
Gotta
see?
have it like this.
Y'all
But
see what I
I got a
deal
question.
with?
I got one question,
Oh.
and it's a real quick question for everybody. If there was one role that you've seen done that you would love to be able to be part of as a remake, what role? Like I would love to go back and be a bishop in Juice. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to go back and play a role. Like that'd be, or be able to do a remake of it. You know what I'm saying? Not now, I'm too old, but you know what I'm saying.
Nah, you could be an old bishop. Well, you look young though. That's the Ugandan coming out of you. You still look young.
Yeah. I don't look so young.
That's a good question.
Role what I want to.
See, I got an answer now that y'all ponder it. See, mine would be Candyman because I actually like horror films, and I would actually take it serious. Because the last remake of Candyman, I ain't really like it.
I didn't either.
But the thought of being able to be a Negro who has supernatural powers and is killing white people, that's that. And I'm not right. I love white people, so I don't want to come off like that. But to be able to be a supernatural Negro, yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. And then when you say my name like Beyonce in the mirror, I just pop up like surprise.
You know, you have to cut off all your facial hair though.
I just cut off on my who?
All your facial hair.
Nah. I'm
All the Candyman's bald head. All they bald faced. All the Candyman's.
I'm new generation though.
How I'm take like you can't take a person serious. Like you can be scared of somebody, but if they got a beard, you're like, oh, you got a beard, man. You ain't no real killer, man. You just
Do you know the origins of people who can grow beards? Do you know the DNA of people who can grow beards? If you really look at
they
the
have.
research, and this is true, this is facts.
Uh-oh.
The research is if you can grow full beard, man or
Yeah.
woman,
Yeah.
then you can go back in your lineage and you are descendants of warriors, because the beard can protect you from having a fractured jaw to a broken jaw.
You must be talking about a certain region of people. Because there are regions of people that nobody grows beards.
They some soft people then.
Like you couldn't go tell Genghis Khan, man, that he was
Hey
soft,
man,
man.
if Genghis Khan run up on me, I'm gonna pull out the Draco or the AK or the AR,
Might
and
sound
Genghis
right.
Khan gonna be General Toast chicken.
This might be sound racist, but
That was a little racist, wasn't it?
but
That
they
was
be
talking
having
too
like
hard.
they be having like
Yeah.
ratty beards. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, you know, from the depictions, the historical depictions of them. They ain't have thick warrior hair like ratty beards, and then
They flew on dragons, bro. They cheated, bro.
okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, what is your role, Mr. Carl Anthony?
You know what? I want to be an assassin. I told Nakkeva that I want to be an assassin, cutting throats and walking up behind people, not, just maybe like an assassin in the church. And I don't even know that role hasn't been created yet, but I just want to be an assassin.
Did you say
You
an
know,
assassin
in
in
the
the
church?
church?
Yeah.
You want to be
in
a
a church.
Pentecostal assassin?
Yeah, just go in there. They think I'm a preacher or something like that, and man, they don't even know I'll be deadly.
You just created the best worst movie. Like you just created like a Toxic Avenger. Like we're like, this is a crazy premise, but it's kind of thrown at the same time. Like I can
Yeah.
see like kill a priest and
You
have the
gonna be a
rapper
priest
kill a
or a
priest.
preacher though? You got to be a Southern Baptist preacher assassin. No, you can't be no preacher.
Yes, exactly.
Nah, but
They
then
wouldn't
if you
even
had,
see it coming.
I mean, you had to have some scenes where you'd be like, come on in here. I'm have to take you to the back and snitch your.
Like this.
I must.
I mean, say some stuff like, you like it.
No, that's a little bit of TD Jakes now. Whoa. That's a little bit too much TD Jakes with the, you like it. Nah, he's on you want to be swallowed. No. You gotta give us a little bit of Creflo Dollar. You can't give us no TD Jakes now.
Oh, did you hear that, Jesus? Did you hear that, Lord?
I can't with y'all. Oh my
Well,
God.
now he like, I don't know what I could do with these guys. I watch this every weekend, man. These guys here, I don't know. It's just
Notice there's a movie or a character that I would want to remake. I'm like, Carl, I want to be that crazy girl.
Yes.
That like, because people always they see me and they're like, oh, you funny, you the comic relief, you that. Nah, I want to be the one who, but you said you love me. And
yeah. With range.
And I'm going across, and now I gotta stab you. I'm slitting your tires. I'm in your mama cabinet and hiding out. Like I'm there.
so
Don't
what's called with Glenn Close and Michael
don't play
Douglas? What's that called?
Burning Bed. What is it?
No.
Oh gosh, I know.
Yeah, but Fatal Attraction. There you go. Yeah.
If you hiding in my mama closet, like did you beef with her earlier in the day and kill her? Because
tell me to leave her son alone. You don't run me.
Or
I do what I want to do.
Or was she trying to take one of your cookies that you baked?
Look, don't you bringing up all stuff. Let that go.
So, earlier on in the females union, we were living with my parents, because my parents would love for us to still live with them because she was cooking. And Dominique is a sous chef. She's a baker. She makes tasty cakes and shit like that. She didn't tell you all that, did she?
No.
Yeah, she is a certified trained pastry chef, sous chef, French cuisine and other things. And so one day she was fulfilling an order at the house and she made some tea cakes, I think.
They were tea cakes. This is true.
My mother is a diabetic, but my mother wanted a tea cake. All I'm gonna say is when I pulled up in the driveway, I was greeted by my mama telling me that her and my beautiful wife got into a scuffle.
Let me tell you something.
Over a
First
cookie.
of all, if you go to, you weren't even there. This is what happened. I was making the order of tea cakes, and because I know the people in this house, everyone wants a tea cake, but everyone doesn't need a tea cake because they are diabetic. I made a sugar-free version for them, and they were getting ready to come out. This is for my order, and I set them aside and I turned to get them out of the oven. But my mother-in-law decided that she was going to do what she wanted to do, and she took that cookie off that plate that I had set aside for the order, and I lost it.
And what did you do next?
I snatched that cookie out of her hand. That is and we fought over that cookie.
So this is what I come home to. And you have to understand that in our household, you know, my mom, it was me, my brother, my dad, and my mom. So she was the only female in the situation. So she's used to 3 Black men doing whatever she says. So to insert a woman in the home who is used to living in the house with nothing but women, she stands her ground. So I pull up and get out the car.
Tell on me.
And the first thing I hear is, you don't believe what just happened. Dominique fought me over a cookie.
The garage going off. I'm in the kitchen. I don't care. Tell him. I tell him my dad goes, I don't care if you out there telling you still ain't get this cookie. Lord, I sure they could get in that lady's hand.
And me and my daddy was really trying not to laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I was trying not to. I'm like, what? A cookie? And my daddy holding the smirk in. And if you know, Boogie know my old man. If you know my old man, he's like super serious all the time. So he trying to hold in his laugh. I'm trying to act like I'm concerned. And I really want to be like, well, you don't need the cookie no damn way. But
That is funny.
Listen, it was the principle. I told you that these are for an order. I was selling these cookies. Yours are coming out of the oven. Just wait like 2-3 more minutes. They're going to come out. So it's the principle of the thing, okay?
I don't have any problem playing that role now. The more like hearing this, I feel like that role won't be a stretch. You won't have to do much research. You know,
not at all. Not at all.
You'll be able to just hop right in the character and put your pizzazz on it.
So
pizzazz.
In closing,
what you gonna play?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, what you gonna play? You know what? And you went in front of the camera. What are you gonna play? I know what you're gonna play, but you're gonna be a gigolo.
Oops.
I said I'm be.
I wouldn't mind being in. I have 2. I wouldn't mind being in Law and Order SVU, doing a police role, or The Color Purple. I wouldn't mind being Sophia.
Sophia.
Oprah ain't gonna pay.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
Or Jill Scott when she played. I want to be a woman who make a difference. That's the kind of role I want. Somebody who can change the face of the world and how people perceive something. That's the kind of role that I want. And I want to get into acting. I want to step from just writing and possibly do that.
Oh, you are. You are.
You heard it first.
I heard Rosa Parks in my head. I don't know why. I feel like
I did too.
I was like, man, Rosa Parks.
But you could be a gangster Rosa Parks. We could put a switch on it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you not getting up for your seat when the white man tell you to get up. Yeah, and then you pull a bang out on them because it's Atlanta. and then you pull the bang out on them, and then the next thing you know, we start playing some Gucci, and then you just let that thing ride on the whole bus, kill all the white people, and then that's how the movie starts.
Ariel, what's up, everybody?
Yes, best part about a movie, or not best part, one of the parts that I always wanted to incorporate to my real life is the background music, Like if I could just have like a button to push, like if something bad finna happen, it go dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? Or like just to have background music to play in my real life, that would be like the role I want to play. Now that I
Background music is
replay it in my
important.
head.
You know what? That is a
Yeah,
question I want to ask, and I will
It's
say
important.
that I think when when I start shooting my short film, I want Boogie to be a part of it because I feel like in editing or post or whatever that process is, Boogie has a great ear for music and situations, and I think he'll be able to guide us in what to play for the scenes. My question for you is though, I'm dabbling in it now. Uh, I use epidemic sounds, so when I'm editing videos, I shoot a short clip or scene. That's what I use. What are some of the avenues that you use when it goes to building a soundtrack for your film?
Well, we used to use epidemic sounds. You have to, uh, because we noticed with some of those programs that they're changing the license on there. So you have to be very careful because they will come back and snatch your project. They will claim some of your project.
They will.
So yes, you have to, because our distributor, we just hit the cuff of being able to use it before they told us that we couldn't use it anymore because of that because of that reason. You had artists who were on Epidemic Sound and they would snatch their music off of there, and then they would claim that they would not get royalties. And so what we had to do was start using original music. So now we're gonna have to start doing that with our projects.
So you pretty much will go to if you know a producer that you have a rapport with, you go to them and work out a deal to use, authentic music or original music from them.
Well, actually, I'm a music producer, and Carl is a music producer as well. We did
What?
music before we were doing film. So basically, I because I have music on iHeart, Pandora, and YouTube. So I pretty much can write. We just go to the studio and use the facility to record. But we're blessed to have that gift and talent to go along with the filming part of it.
The young
But there's a
man
whole lot.
with the red hat on, he's an R&B singer as well now. Back in the day when we actually had our rap group, the Circle G's, you can find us on Apple Music. We would
Okay.
not let him sing on anything. It was against the rules. But now, we've gotten old and we don't rap anymore. He has a blossoming. Is it blossoming? What's the word I'm looking for, Dominic? Yeah, he has a blossoming R&B career where he's singing
Nah,
to young ladies. So, uh, I mean, I don't want to say nothing bad about it because he's my brother. I want to support him, but you know,
I'm gonna say on the Fulicula, that's movie in Spanish.
on the what?
So Pelicula, Pelicula.
You just Googled that bullshit, didn't you?
No, but you know I speak Spanish, bro.
Nigga, say something else in Spanish.
Yo hablo español muy bien, pero
That's a
yo
lie.
escribo muy malo.
Say something in
Mi,
Mandarin.
I don't know Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
Um, I would say in the movie Sorry to Bother You, they had some music, but they used vocals as their background drop. Like when they, it was, a vocal thing, boom, ah, boom, ah, boom, 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 boom. Like when it changed scenes or they had, uh, emotional spikes or, it was all verbal. After that was really, I was like, dang, that was really thinking, man.
Yeah,
That's
I like
good because a lot of people use ambiance, they use the instrumental
Yeah.
keys and stuff, but to use that, that's very creative. I haven't heard or seen that before. So that's
I
very
gotta tell y'all, it is almost impossible. Nakkeva and I go through battles because to get her to use her music in the movies because she has a large catalog, and we don't have arguments, but to get her to use her music because I don't know, and she got wonderful music that set up so many different genres and that and we also we would put out a posting for singers to place their get their music, send it in, and we listen to all the music and see what fits better for the scene. So we can have the authentic music, and we have the license because that's one of the prerequisites. Have the license because actually my cousin did music, but she didn't. She did her own personal music, but she didn't own the tracks, so she got cut. So that process right there. It's fun, but I can get her to give more of her music on there. But I like it that she also she like to use other people as well, and it gives a different flavor.
yeah.
So I
You'll have a
love it.
couple tracks on iTunes of me singing, you know what I mean? It's like iTunes and Spotify, and I have a couple tracks on there. I might have to throw a link in the bio. Y'all can check it out.
I
Oh
will
yeah, we
say
got to hear that. We got to hear
no.
that.
I will say he. As much as I like to criticize my brother, he got like it's nice. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. It's nice. Like the main one that he plays, I like it. It's catchy. It's fire. Good melody.
Do you do any shows in Houston?
No, we too old for that. We don't do that no more.
Do you do
That
shows?
ship has sailed a long time ago. We don't.
Let's talk
Well,
about shows. When you say show, I like, we ain't did a show in like 15 years,
man,
man.
Hey,
we ain't did a
hey,
show.
we finna do something. We want y'all to come on, get on. Man, Nakkeva and I, we finna do a show in Dallas. Y'all got to come on.
Man, Dallas. What part of
What,
Dallas?
what's the vibe? What's the vibe? Is it an R&B show or hip hop
I
show?
ain't
What kind
coming
of
to
show?
Oak Cliff.
Huh?
I ain't coming to
R&B?
Oak Cliff.
R&B, sexy, grown and sexy type.
Yeah,
Oh
grown
yeah, I
sex.
do that. Oh yeah, I do
Yeah,
that.
it's
I do
like
that.
what R&B.
Yeah,
I
now
do
his
that.
song grown and sexy a little bit. You know what I'm
I,
talking about?
I I do that, man.
And,
If
I wouldn't be
if y'all let me
naughty.
and
perform,
some Southern soul.
Yeah.
if y'all let me perform, just know that it's gonna be a million people that can be mad at you
I'm gonna be a hype man.
because it's gonna be not because it's gonna be. But I'm gonna play it so much it's gonna get retweeted and IG'd and X'd and Facebook. Me on stage singing an R&B song. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I'm talking about people who I ain't talked to in decades. Hey, man, check this out, bro. I told y'all. Y'all ain't never believe me, man. I told y'all I could do this, man. They ain't never had faith in me, man. They ain't nobody gonna hold me down. I'm saying I'm doing speeches on boys. I'm talking about, hey, look, when you
Actually,
chosen,
that was the original idea for our premiere. We're gonna have a live band. We're gonna have the singers actually from the last movie and the current one, because Terrence sings as well. And we was gonna have that in our debut, but it just didn't end up like that. So
well,
next time.
what Sasha sing,
They
Terrence
all
sing.
sing.
Yeah, I wanted to do this at the premiere, but I didn't have my ducks in a row, and Dominique had me having on a itchy sweater, so I was uncomfortable.
Sir, sir,
Yeah,
sir.
she won't let me be
Why the
hood.
itchy sweater?
I really just wanted to show her some jeans, some Jordans, and a t-shirt, and chain on. But she told me I had to look
Now,
a little respectable. So
say the thing.
I put on the itchy sweater,
Gave you weeks.
had me out there looking like a square.
Gave you weeks.
And then your boy Terrence,
Ensemble together.
your boy Terrence, right? Him and his homies with the 9 shirts on, they was looking at me like I was soft, like I was an easy win or something. And you know,
looking cute.
nah, you was you weren't fine. Talking about you weren't cute. You was fine. You was immaculate. You know what I'm talking about? I really was like, damn, you look so beautiful. You can sit on my face right now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, you know, she had me out there looking like a square and an itchy sweater, and your boy Terrence and all his nine crew,
Her
all his
face is
homies with the
red.
nine shirts on, they was really looking at me like I was an easy win. They didn't know who I really was. I thought I was gonna have to, you know, show them, you know, hey, nigga, this ain't what's up. But they was cool. So,
Funny,
you know,
ain't that funny? Ain't that funny that like dudes be in a gang of or just being in a bundle, it's 6 guys, and then we look at another guy, get that old soft sweater wearing motherfucker,
they
man.
did look at me like that, bro. I felt the vibes, and I was like, man, I'm from Harold Clark, Texas.
Man,
Hey, don't let
we
this,
believe the audacity
don't
to
let
look
this,
good with his girl.
don't let this itchy sweater fool you, bro. You know, I will put hands on you.
Look,
Got
You
the
know what I'm saying?
audacity to want
you
to match
could
his
have
girl
found
fly.
something else, okay?
But you know,
But and I gave you weeks to get your ensemble together.
you
Okay,
did.
I gave
I
you
really wanted.
months.
I really wanted like a peacoat. I wanted to be like a fly gangster. I wanted a peacoat, a t-shirt, some jeans, some Jordans,
Be your own people.
and you know, it's Dallas, so I really needed the bag on me, but I had to get on the plane. And you know, I didn't want to go through the steps of bringing the banger on the plane. You know, so
Imagine saying to yourself, man, I could whoop him. Why? Man, it's just sweater look itchy, man. I know he
that's
can't
exactly
fight.
Boogie. That's exactly what they said. And then I thought about it too. I'm 42. I think some of them dudes was younger than me, and I ain't really had no bag up. Not that I need it, but I am 42 and I might be a little bit out of shape. So I don't know.
I remember 42.
And I can't have my
Sweater
female
though,
fighting
man.
for me though. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I mean, I would have dropped 2 of them.
It's like, but I'm not doubting that you would probably slang them like McDonald's slang burgers, but I'm saying that the fact that we sit around and be like, you know, look at them shoes, in his loafers, man, I could whoop him. Like the
Yeah.
things that we decide is markers for weakness,
Right.
like that's crazy. Like,
That's how I
man,
felt, man. I ain't gonna lie
man,
to you.
just want
That's
to
how I
wear an
felt.
itchy ass sweater, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's fly.
Carl had on some McQueens or something. Whatever it was he had on, they looked expensive, bro.
Thought
You
you
know what I'm
whooped
talking
Carl.
about? And then I
You thought you
felt
whooped
like
Carl.
I'm like, I got an itchy sweater on. I got the 9 gang testing me. Carl got McQueens on. And then the lead actress had a whole videographer following her. I'm like, God damn. And I ain't had no haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
It's all I'm gonna be ready next time. Miss Nakkeva, the next movie, at least give your boy opportunity to audition for, you know, OG number 1. Boogie gonna come out. He needs a bigger role. I think Boogie and Carl on scene. Really, Boogie needs to be like he needs to be part of the bigger role.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know, you need to be part
I'm
of
gonna give you this free game. I'm gonna give you this free game, right? This gonna make your movie. This now, if you use this tactic, this
Okay.
movie will make your movie cult classics, right?
Mhm.
You need to have me in the background of scenes, but you know how but then put me as like, let's say it's 5 levels to the scene. You got your main characters, you got your supporting, you got your self-supporting, and you got your extra background, right? Put me in the background scene. So like I'm talking to you, I'm in the background, but then in every movie, I'm also on the next tier. Like I'm the doorman at the club, and go in the club, I'm in the club dancing. You know what I'm saying?
He in the Matrix.
Yeah. But every movie is like
He got a twin brother.
Yeah, I'm the cop. I'm the cop to lock somebody up. I'm the assistant cop. You know what I'm saying? No words, just the cop. But then when they go in, I'm in jail too. Like, man, the boy trippy, man.
That's a real. That's a when you're on a budget. You have to use the same people for the same thing. That's like
Boogie, you got to be on time though, man. I was on set with these two. They run a tight ship, bro. You got to be on time. And Carl gonna get to you first, bro. I seen him. I seen him in action.
He got the walk. Where you was at?
I seen him in action, bro. I'm telling you.
You know we said sometime at 7:30, right, brother?
That man, if she say 4 o'clock, you need to be there at 3.
Hey,
And I noticed on set, you know, they act like it was an accident, but if you slip up and she got a lockup scene, she gonna lock you in the cell. Ask Carl how that feel.
oh my God. I had anxiety. I was locked in that mother.
And he was locked up for real. I felt sorry for the brother. I felt sorry for the
that was
brother.
funny.
I walked in there like
him.
Funny.
I
Oh
walked
my
in
God.
there. I said, that's what they get playing in them damn jail cells. You couldn't pay me to walk in the damn jail cell for free. Hell no.
They sure would play it.
Hell no. I seen it. I walked in this room. I'm like, oh, this a real jail.
Man.
Y'all walking
Them
in
doors went open.
Hell no.
Real, it was
Up,
real
man.
sale.
Nah, cut, man.
Nah, my claustrophobic ass, I was barely
Man,
okay
I couldn't
in the
breathe.
control room, let alone the jail cell. Man,
Right.
if I would have walked in that jail cell and that door locked, it would have been hell to pay. God damn it.
Start
He
switching.
out here getting people PTSD on the cool.
Man, I would have been, I'd have started marking, you know how them boys be marking days? I would have been walking minutes on the wall. God damn it. 10
Man,
minutes.
what?
It would have been 30
Like the
marks
air
on that
just
wall.
stopped. The air just stopped in that cell. I'm like,
Man, y'all would have had to give me
Yeah,
some more.
that
Nakkeva, you would have to give me more than pizza. I would have needed some Papa Do's.
She went straight to the bribing. She's like, I got some
Yeah.
food for you.
No,
Like, I know
I need
black
some
folk
Papa
love
Do's. I
food.
need something.
shit.
oh,
Did you?
That's
That's
so
okay.
funny.
Our parents ain't shit, man. They would fuck us over and like, you want to eat something? Okay, I'll eat. That's fine. Like, yeah, mom, you left me at school for 3 hours.
3 hours.
Oh, man.
McDonald's ain't gonna make that go
Hell no.
McDonald's made everything.
traumatized.
And then, you know what I'm talking about? My
That's
parents
me.
so cheap, they buy the McDonald's burger, but then you gotta go put some cheese on it at home.
Oh, it's like the cheese cost. That's
Cheese
175.
costs
We could have saved.
Cheese extra. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
that's wild.
so this has been a great podcast, Mr. Nakkeva. Tell us. My last question is this: tell us, where can we find Grimy Situations when it airs or drops, and give us your socials where our guests can or not our guests, the shotters can find more of your content, be able to tap in with you, follow you, so they can follow more of your works and what you got coming down the road.
well, you can find us. Grimy Situation has not come out yet. It will be out this year. We don't know the month, but we will keep everybody posted. If you go to Grimy Situation Movie Facebook, we keep everybody posted on there. But our other movies, which is Irreversible Desire, Wait for Love, and Bootleg Church, is on Tubi, Prime, Amazon Prime.
Did you say
Voodoo.
bootleg shirt?
I didn't want to
Bootleg
interrupt the
church.
book, but since you did
No,
it
but
for,
she said, yeah,
you
man.
have a movie
Everybody,
called Bootleg
everybody
Church.
was like, bootleg church, man. That's what I always go to, man. How did she go make a movie out of my?
You got a movie called Bootleg Church.
We have a movie called Bootleg Church. That
I should have been the
movie-
pastor.
That's crazy, man. The
Make a
term
part two.
bootleg.
Please make a part
Bootleg
two.
Church.
Make a
That
part two.
movie was written by my mom and myself. Before she passed away, she helped me write that movie. She's the co-writer of that.
Make a part two. Let me be the pastor. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
it is gonna be a bootleg part 2.
Let me be the pastor.
I get to
I'm
be
telling
funny.
you.
I get to be funny in that
You
one.
really want to be the pastor in Bootleg Church?
Man, let me be the pastor.
I
Now I can't be no up and up pastor.
He don't know what he
If this
doing.
Bootleg Church.
What?
Let me be the pastor.
What you say? He don't know what he doing, Carl?
You don't know? Hey.
Pastor's
Hey, because we need a new pastor.
Let me be the pastor.
Would be like dueling. It would be like dueling pastors. Like we both assistant pastors, and like you be doing like, and I'm like, yeah. And you're like, yeah. I'm like,
Wait, you mean to tell me you want to have book? I see it. We giving too much. So you want to have like dueling pastors on the pulpit, like they have dueling piano players?
Exactly. Yeah. And then
Yeah. Hey,
we
We
can
have to come. We need to come to we need to come to Houston and film that one.
hey, let me be the pastor. I get to Beijing for that. I ask Bug where he go get his Beijing
man,
done.
why always put me in the mix,
Because
man?
you like 47 and I'm 42.
If I was
I don't
47, if I'm 47, man, I don't want to say what I want to say, but man, I'm not 47, man. I'm 5 years away, 50, man.
want to tell the people why you
We
put
can
Beijing in your hair, bro, because I don't want to create a narrative. But all I'm gonna say is you like to appeal to the younger crowd of young lady. That's all
You know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
I don't want to create a
George
narrative
Carl,
though.
man. George Carl, man.
Carl's on bootleg church. He's a gangster on that. But I mean, like I said, it's Wait for Love, Bootleg Church, and Irreversible Desire. That's our humble beginnings before Grimy Situation. So you know,
I
you
bet
got to have that
you
before you can get to the other.
Yeah,
But they are
growth.
still some good
Let's say
movies.
growth.
Growth.
you had
But
to be in the spelling bee in school because these names. She said, "In which what was the first? Okay, bootleg church. In what was the word you used?
Irreversible
Indescribable,
Desires.
irreversible desires, not You know what irreversible means?
I feel like irreversible
Irreversible.
desires mean that the young dude or old dude was dabbling in the club and he went too far and couldn't come back from it. Now, whatever too far
Can't turn it
was,
around.
The
You gotta
whatever
word
too
wait.
far
irreversible
was,
means that the
he
word
can't come back.
irreversible means that you
Hey,
can't come
come
back from
back.
that.
Can't come
Can't
back
come back
from
You
it.
from it.
stuck over
So
there.
whatever he did, you know what I'm talking about? He can't come
I don't
back.
want to have a desire that's irreversible, man.
I don't either.
I want it to be reversible.
I do
Whatever,
want
I
it to be
don't care what
reversible.
desire it is. I don't want to have no desire that's irreversible.
No.
I'm stuck in that
It's really
desire.
good. Somebody's gonna get killed in there, and
Oh,
Wait
let
for
me die.
Yeah,
Love.
but let's go back to
Let me die in
bootleg.
irreversible temptations too. My bad. I've been
Change
drinking. I'm
change the
sorry.
name.
I've been
Hold on,
drinking.
hold on, hold on,
I've been
hold on,
drinking.
hold on.
He didn't change the
You
name.
bootleg, bootleg. You know bootleg. You know how the word bootleg is just off the top. I've never been like, man, I got that bootleg anything and been like thumbs up after that. Bootleg cable, bootleg Jordans, bootleg hairstyle, bootleg anything. Whatever you put before,
Oh,
when you put that word before something, that means that something is some bullshit.
I'm definitely a prosperity preacher too. I'm telling you.
But she just said bootleg church. That mean that church ain't
But
Man.
it wasn't about. Well, people in that church were very. You got to watch it. Like I said, it's going to be a part two, and it was very. We y'all making me laugh. We're proud of
Let
it.
me be the I'm gonna be sharp too. I'm gonna show up sharp. You know what I'm talking about?
All
look.
right,
You know where the
I gotta
time
be
money
bootleg
going.
church.
It ain't going to the church, it's going to my Gucci. You know I already know that.
I,
all
I'll be the
right
dude.
now.
I'll be the dude that come in and be like, "He got my wife pregnant.
Oh,
Yup.
He
What you
got
gonna
my
do
wife
about it?
pregnant, and then he got like 7 babies.
Hey,
This church ain't got no AC. How come he got a Land Rover?"
I know, right? I'm at a bank in my
I'll be
coat.
that dude.
Look, I really would like you guys to go and see it. Go on Tubi, look at it. I like
think I
my
ain't already, you think I ain't already it up right now? When you said bootleg, I was like, bootleg church.
That's what I
I see.
said. Like you should have led with this. I mean, of
I
course,
said, bootleg
especially
church.
knowing because I saw Grimy Situations. This is a great movie. So now I'm just like, hold on, man. Yeah, me and the female, we finna have like some because we don't go nowhere. We gonna have date night. You know what I'm talking about? We finna pull up all of it now. You know what I'm talking about?
and I hope that you would,
Big
because
church.
that will show you the growth. When you look at Wait for Love, Bootleg Church, and Irreversible Desire, and you look at those, and then you refer back to where we are now, you will see the growth. You will be like, oh wow, they
right.
they did their thing. They said they were going to grow, and that's what we did. We said we did not want to stay in the same space. We took each project and we learned from that project, and we made the next one better, and came to Grimy Situation, and now we call Grimy Situation our new beginning.
Oh,
Yeah, because
You know what
it's
I'm
not going to go
saying?
back. Can't go back.
No,
Shit,
there's no turning back.
these titles, I don't want to go too long, but fourth grade, HISD, Region 4, I was the headline writing champion. I got the trophy still to this day.
nigga, what school
So
you went to?
I Turner Elementary.
It ain't hard to be a writing champion at Turner Elementary.
I said Region 4. That was the whole region. I mean, I went past
What's
my
the region? What's
school.
the region, bro?
Region 4 is man, that was 30 years ago, man, 40 years ago, man. I don't know Region 4 is, but I wasn't the district champion. I wasn't the area. I was the region champ. But anyway,
It probably
going back to what I was
saying.
saying,
I went to the same HISD
know,
schools, bro.
was your region champion?
Nigga, I play linebacker. Come on now. I won regional
Oh,
number.
okay, there
Texas
you
top
go.
100
Okay, yeah.
playing football. I know how to run behind the ball. I know
Okay.
that. I know how to run behind the ball. And before I got married, chase hoes. That's all I know how to do.
So what? Okay, I'm back to what I was saying about the headline writing. These titles, the titles of these movies, Grimy Situation. They inducing a person to want to watch the movie off the rip. Everybody better than Grimy Situations. Everybody, every genre of person has been in a grimy situation. Irreversible desires.
I ain't been in no irreversible
Because
desire,
everybody
though.
got
I ain't gonna lie
desires.
to you.
But
I ain't
everybody
been in
got,
no
and you wouldn't have to
irreversible
be
desire,
I
one.
though.
mean, everybody's been in a place. That movie, Irreversible
Uh-oh.
Desire, came
Uh-oh.
about because I went to a swingers club.
The Swingers Club that
swingers.
came back up.
Yeah,
now,
I've been to a
now we're
swingers
gonna have
club.
to talk about this tomorrow. You know.
Yeah, I've been to a swingers club. It was a young lady who took me to a swingers club, and we met a couple, and we swung.
Well, hold on. Hey, that's what's up.
Wait
Hey,
a minute.
What y'all do? Nicole, hold on, Nicole. Nicole.
I mean,
Nakkeva ain't the only
Junior.
person.
you right by experience.
Nakkeva not the only
I
person on
agree.
the screen that has some experience with a swingers club. Matter
All
of
right
fact, there's a young man on the screen who got into it with a professional WWF wrestler
now.
at a swingers club.
She right.
Huh?
He said it's you.
Me, man, because
I was a happily married man at that time, so the female was not swinging.
I gotta get into it. She said that it was Mr. Carmel.
Huh?
You ain't talking to me, bro.
It was definitely you. I
got
didn't know
into-
Mr. Carl back then. It was definitely you.
So you said that me and you was in the swing club?
No, I was not there at all. I was at home with my beautiful wife.
Oh,
That's why I
And
was
you said that I got into an argument with a WWF wrestler.
Yes, you did. His name was Maven, by the
What
way.
was the? Oh, see, now you're talking crazy.
I ain't talking crazy. No, I ain't talking crazy.
Look, I don't even know who Maven is.
Yes, you do. You know, because he took your bitch.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about, man? You confusing
So
me, bro.
anyway, Mr. Kiva, so Grimy Situations, we're gonna keep updated so we can find it again. We can find you at Facebook.
Yes.
Where can we contact you again?
You can contact me on Facebook, Nakkeva Bryant, Facebook, or you can contact me through Nakkeva Bryant at gmail.com or Sky High Films, SCKY HIGH Films at gmail.com.
Yeah, because I messed that up on the promo. My bad. I'm gonna make some more promo and I ain't gonna mess it up.
That's okay.
So, Paul Anthony, where can we find you?
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook called Anthony. It's CARL.ANTHONIE. I didn't put the Y because I got to be different. Or Instagram is under Chad Power.
Oh, he flexed on you, Boogie.
Yeah.
You gonna let that boy know you 200, Boogie?
Why he ain't flexed on you, man? Why he flexed on me? Now you trying to put a bat in my back, man. Because
Right.
he know I put in the room. Angry, you know what I'm saying? You can see my foots. That's all you want to see. That's all you want me to do. I know what you want me to do, Dub. I'll play the game. I'm going that way. Is it up or is it going that way? Is it going that way? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop, man, because I heard some popping. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to thank you guys again for coming on our podcast. And we're looking for more exciting things from you guys down the line. We're definitely keep in contact. Ms. Nakkeva, I'm definitely gonna get with you because I have some questions on the filming process. I have something ready in the tuck. All I need to do is cast and shoot, but I want to get some insight because I've never done it before. So definitely want to figure out how that process works.
That's what we're here for.
We'll definitely do that. But this has been another episode of the 16 Shots Podcast with Young James Boogie. And y'all Dub.
Tell you what I think.
With Miss Nakkeva and Carl, Sky High Films, Grimy Situations is the movie that's gonna be premiering soon at a platform near you. So make sure you stay up to date. And we out.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody that's connected to Keno either gets caught or shot.
Why would a man that has everything be willing to risk it all? I promise everything will be all right. You gon' mess up. And when you mess up, I'ma tag your ass back into jail. Oh, shit!
So you think being behind bars is a good break?
You didn't tell me you weren't a part of the Bureau anymore.
I'll always be a part of the Bureau.
And look where that got us. Oh wait, let me rephrase that. Look where that got me.
The system failed you, Camille.
That's the reason why I'm here and you here. They did this.
If you keep harassing that family the way you are, I'm gonna have to haul your ass off to jail myself.
So what you wanna do? Let's set it up.
Yeah, you gonna leave that.
Shut the hell up. Head's gonna be rolling if you mess this up.